Well, thank you very much, Milosh. Hello, everyone. For those who are seeing me first time, as indicated there, my name is Rashad Aliyev. I am representing Azmont Investments, the investor of the Portonovi project in Herceg-Novi in the Boca Bay. Well, I'm very pleased and happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me here, and I will be pleased to share all our experiences in Montenegro regarding this marvelous project that we did. Well, first thing first, right? I will be very to the point as we have a lot of things to cover. So why we came to Montenegro, the story behind that. So around 2011, there was intention of Montenegrin government to attract the foreign investors. So through that, it was addressed to Azerbaijan as a friendly country, and within Azerbaijan, it was addressed to some big companies. And through that, our investors at that time were looking in Montenegro to see where exactly to invest. So we did the research of the acquisition of the bank potentially. We were offered the port at Bar as well. So, and then there were a lot of hospitality-related topics. So there was a kind of around 2 years of investigation to see what is more promising in Montenegro at that time, right? So at the end, our investors were consulting with the international consultants as well. So the highest opportunity we saw is the hospitality. At that time, our investors were already good with the one and only brand, so it was strategically decided to bring them in if they are interested. So it was the investors who brought the one and only before anything else was designed at Portonovi. And I will come to that point why it is important to have this kind of a big brands with the big investments. So that was the short story, how we came here, we attended the tender, we won, having backed up with one of the best operators, and they're very motivated and optimistic to bring that kind of a brand to the Europe. Because at that time, there was no one and only around the Europe. It was only in few very iconic places in the world. So it was a significant commitment from our investors and trust to the intention of the Montenegro to become a place that we brought the one and only Kerzner with us to the project. And from that moment on, all Portonovi was designed across the lifestyle, luxury of one and only resorts. So that is the short story about the intention and motivation. Of course, all the detailed financial analysis were done at the same place. I will just be very short, but I will be happy to answer any questions that you will be asking. It was not like a short-term projections or short-term win in this kind of a project. And I don't think Montenegro still is a place that you can enter and exit in 2 years' time with the significant profits. It is more into the long-term vision, strategic approach, and to create a legacy. This is what I believe Montenegro needs the most, is to have strategic partners, investors who will be creating a destination and creating a legacy for themselves and Montenegro. So that is the main reasons behind that we entered. Of course, the journey was not easy. There were some unfortunate geopolitical things happening, affecting us as well. So we started in 2012, preparations and other things, and it's no secret that Azerbaijan is dependent on oil money, and the oil crisis in 2014-15 hit us very bad. That was the issue when we were deciding how to redesign the project, how to make it more feasible, and how to make it in the phases. So from that moment on, we made the phases that you may witness now. Then after that, COVID came, right? And then that also was a huge hit. So these are the unfortunate geopolitical or overall worldwide events happening around the Montenegro, affecting us and our competitors in the market. But regardless of that, we were very much motivated into and committed to finalize the project and then put the Montenegro on the map of the ultra-luxury destinations in the world. And I believe we achieved so far. So that was the intention, motivation, journey. There were upsides in terms of Montenegro getting more and more popular, right? A lot of investments from all our comsets, competitors, and us into creating the destination globally, not in the Europe, but globally. Because today we can proudly say that Montenegro is accepting the tourists from United States, Latin America, traditional markets like the CIS and the Russia region as well. So that was the result of heavy investments that the projects did in order to bring the attention of the global hospitality community to Montenegro. The hospitality in Montenegro has still huge potential to grow, of course. The first downside of that was, at that time, was the manpower, right? Trained, skilled personnel. Hospitality-related schools were not that much developed at that time. So what we did as an investor, we established International Hospitality School, which is in Podgorica, by the way. With the UDG, there was a Vatel University from France. That is the top 5 in the world in the hospitality management school at the university. We brought them here. We established a dual program with the French diploma and the Montenegrin diploma with the bachelor's and master's degree. We invested around $500,000 to that school, and we set up a scholarship program of 100,000 euros for Montenegrins to study free of charge. And we were very happy that the school and the program was self-sustainable. So we did our part, and then the school was managing and financing on its own. It could attract not only Montenegrins, but a lot of people from Bosnia, Albania, and Serbia, which I believe is a very important thing when we talk about the skilled personnel. On the construction side, we invested a lot into Bijela Polja at the beginning because we wanted to have a very basic manpower to be trained on the more modern construction methodologies, not like it used to be from the Soviet times or whatever. So we have trained more than 500 citizens of Bijela Polja on the modern construction models, how to do that works. Of course, majority of them were employed during the construction phase of the Portonovi. So these are the nice stories, right? I can mention a lot of them, but I will limit ourselves. The challenges we were facing as well were there throughout the project, which need to be addressed even today, still are there. Like, as all the panelists already mentioned throughout this morning, and the colleague and the gentleman from the Colliers already mentioned a lot of things about the stability, predictability of the state, country. Because when you want to make an investment, you want to predict, you need to understand how the challenges will be, what are the risks, because at the end of the day, as a big investor, your financials are adjusted by the risks are growing or going down. So in Montenegro, the risks, unfortunately, were going up and up, and I hope at some point it will stop growing and it will be going down. What we were facing mainly, the changes in regulation, and they were very sudden changes, unpredictable changes, for whatever reason. But the way it was announced and implemented was not in the favor of the foreign investor like us, although we are protected with the contract against those changes. But it is not like when you are a foreign investor in the country, you don't fight with the government, right? You want to find a common ground. But those changes affected us and similar projects a lot. These are VAT changes on the residential properties, VATs being non-deductible anymore, due to free fuel-related regulations, then profit taxes, and so on and so forth, right?
VAT.
Accommodation VAT, then the new hospitality-related things, and et cetera, et cetera. So it is, you can count them all. So all that things are not in favor of the industry, and of course, it is a kind of a threat for the foreign investors. Not the ones who are currently here, but the ones who are watching the market and would like to enter, right? They see how the things are developing, whether it is in favor for the foreign investor or not in favor for investors. So these are the challenges, and then there are regulations regarding the construction itself from the 1972. You know, those things, when it is in place, what?
Fire and safety percent.
Well, a lot of things, right? And then when you are trying to construct and develop ultra-luxury in the European standards, all those obstacles are money-consuming, time-consuming, and then, you know, it is not motivating the foreign investors. This way, that way, we could overcome with the constant communication with the state organizations, state authorities, in order to find the solutions. 95% of them we found and closed. We still have 5% that still pending, and you know we will see how it will be resolved. But overall, we are happy with what we achieved. We are happy that Portonovi and one and only Portonovi and our lovely marina is a global player in the ultra-luxury segment of the hospitality. It is recognized, and the recognition comes with the rewards. It is the financial results that we are having. So that is shortly, and I will be happy to answer any questions.
We will go to listen all the panelists, and then Milos, please.